Everybody knows that the Second Vatican Council called for active participation in the liturgy. But the Council says something more than that. The Council also says that this participation in the liturgy should be full and conscious. This notion of conscious participation in the liturgy brings back to my mind something Virgil Michael said a long time ago, and that is this. Now, some people get offended by this, but just bear with me. He said, without intelligence, there is no such thing as worship. Here's how he gets to that. Virgil Michael says, true worship, or worship of God, is an exercise of the virtue of religion. This virtue consists in an acknowledgement of God as our Creator and Father, and of our total dependence on Him in every respect. Worship is thus always a rendering of due homage to God by intelligent beings. There can be no worship without intelligence, without the quality of mind or of consciousness. Worship, he says, is thus always the rendering to God what is owed God by intelligent beings. Now, the Church continues to work this notion into her liturgical expression. So, for example, in the ordination of the priest, after the bishop has ordained the priest and oiled his hands with the sacred chrism, he gives to him the instruments of his priestly office, and he says, receive the oblation of the holy people to be offered to God. Understand what you do, imitate what you celebrate, and conform your life to the mystery of the Lord's cross. That's what the bishop says to the newly ordained. Here's what the Church says in Vatican II to pastors and also to the faithful. In paragraph 11, pastors of souls must therefore realize that when the liturgy is celebrated, something more is required than the mere observation of the laws governing valid and licit celebration. It is their duty also to ensure that the faithful take part fully aware of what they are doing, actively engaged in the rite, and enriched by its effects. Without this interior quality, this notion inside of us of what we are doing, of what we are worshiping, according to Virgil Michael, there cannot be true worship. If our participation in the liturgy is to be genuine and full, it must also be conscious and intelligent.